I'm not managing a confirmed sweetheart kid, I'm managing an insured egomaniac sociopathic lethal gay mental case. Drake has by and by wound up at the focal point of Illuminati paranoid ideas after his previous cosmetics craftsman uncovered him for selling his spirit. The news comes soon after Kanye West likewise blamed Drake for being heavily influenced by Hollywood elites, and fans are presently saying there is certainly some dull energy around Drake. They can't exactly put a finger on, however, what precisely did Drake's cosmetics craftsman uncover him for? Is Drake truly under Illuminati control? Be cautious what you wish for. Recall before all of this, if he followed me, I resembled. I need to mess around with the most terrible sort of man. Drake has been drawing a ton of pessimistic consideration of late over his activities, and fans are expressing that there is a satanic thing about the manner in which Drake moves. See, Drake has never been an alien to contention anyway. It seems as though fans are currently awakening to the way that Drake's way of behaving isn't simply cliche, yet that it is out and out perilous. To give you one late model, after Drake performed with Travis Scott at the Astro World celebration when a group pound left 10 youngsters dead, Drake remained totally quiet on the misfortune for 5 entire days. At long last, after fans called him out, Drake shared an Instagram post guaranteeing he said nothing since it took him a couple of days attempting to really make sense of the misfortune, yet for reasons unknown Drake later erased this post and he never talked about Astro World since. Anyway, that is not even the most horrendously terrible part. It was subsequently uncovered on Saturday, November 6, only one day after the Astro World misfortune, when many guardians were all the while attempting to track down their children and dreading the most obviously awful. Drake hit up a confidential party at a strip club and supposedly blew $1 million on outlandish artists. Region 29 strip club in Houston shared a few since erased posts showing the floor of the club covered with dollar greenbacks, and in one of the posts the club labeled Drake in the subtitle expressing gratitude toward him for going to the confidential party. And since this happened only days after Drake presented his collection confirmed Sweetheart Kid for numerous Grammy grants, fans approached the Grammys to blacklist Dre. One fan tweeted, "Here's a great representation of how nauseating and cold-hearted Drake is, who was performing alongside Travis Scott at the misfortune that happened at the Houston Astro World show, and a valid justification why he shouldn't get the designation for a Grammy." Yet Drake didn't verge on being dropped. As a matter of fact, his vocation kept on stepping up after a world. Anyway, it wasn't simply individuals on the web who were expressing in the event that there's something dim and hazardous about Drake. Kanye West additionally recently blamed Drake for undermining him, and he later uncovered various celebs of being constrained by Hollywood elites and forfeiting their friends and family for notoriety following Drake's exceptionally exposed hamburger with Kanye's companion and cooperative Push Your Teeth. Kanye took to Twitter to guarantee that Drake compromised him and his family. "So Drake, assuming anything happens to me or anybody from my family, you are the principal suspect," Kanye tweeted. Was intriguing that Kanye likewise raised Drake's beat with the late XXXTentacion and blamed Drake for picking targets he believes are simple. And get this, only 3 months after X was he allegedly shared an Instagram story. They read, "Assuming anybody attempts to kill me, it was Dre. I'm squealing right now." This story was as of late raised in overabundance preliminary by one of the protection lawyers who guaranteed that nobody at any point appropriately explored Drake's conceivable contribution in abundance passing, and however the appointed authority later arranged Drake to plunk down for a testimony and answer inquiries regarding his issue with X. Drake some way or another figured out how to escape this, and news as of late broke that Drake will not be addressed, all things considered. Yet however much Drake has attempted to stay away from responsibility for this, multitude of discussions, upsetting tales about his clouded side are kept on stacking up, and the most recent to stand in opposition to him is cosmetics craftsman and web-based entertainment powerhouse Olivia Toon. Olivia as of late became a web sensation in the wake of sharing a progression of Instagram stories guaranteeing that Drake is essential for the Illuminati and that he's coming after her for attempting to uncover him. Olivia, who professes to have quite a while of involvement functioning as a cosmetics craftsman in media outlets, as of late declared that she's resigning from doing cosmetics since working with high-profile clients caused her to understand that the majority of them didn't make progress in view of ability or difficult work, yet sold themselves and everybody they love away for the sake of veracity. Olivia then, at that point, shared another story saying, "F the Illuminati, they're all whack, I'm expressing supplicated up." Furthermore, Focusing on the well-being of the whole self, they better expectation the sheep can keep on subsidizing this Cornish since I realize I won't. I have formally left the grid. See you all on the brilliant side anyway. A great deal of fans then took to web-based entertainment to say Olivia is either insane or hot, yet Olivia wouldn't withdraw and said she doesn't mind at all what individuals need to say regarding her since she's too bustling, stressing over the harmony and security of herself and her child. The Illuminati is communicating evil pictures, sounds and visuals through culture's most effective performers and through the greatest news sources. Olivia composed in the event that my story didn't make you get your book of scriptures, you're going to damnation at this moment. Yet Olivia didn't stop there when squeezed to name the superstars who are essential for the Illuminati. Olivia named Drake and guaranteed he's a hot shot. She discussed in one of her past stories before name-dropping Drake. Olivia said that hot shot was the moniker of a popular man she met on the celeb dating application Raya, who took her on excursions consistently and got her originator packs anyway. After Olivia saw some obscure stuff about Drake, she chose to reduce most, if not all, connection with him and that way of life and wound up hindering him on Instagram. Olivia proceeded to guarantee that Drake employed her for male prepping, and she imparted her old post to Drake's promotion photograph for his Blade Talk music video with a subtitled "Male Preparing by Me" on it. Charlemagne Poppy for Blade Talk. You all never asked why Drake booked me for male prepping. Olivia said I hadn't done a man's cosmetics in my 12-year vocation and he was a first. Keep going. And presently he's being investigated for homicide. What Olivia was alluding to is the continuous preliminary of XXXTentacion, and keeping in mind that Drake isn't being investigated, a ton of fans are persuaded that Drake is ensnared and X is passing. However, at that point Olivia's theatrics with Drake took one more upsetting turn after Drake apparently answered her accounts and shared a post denying he at any point utilized the uproar dating application. Drake shared a photograph of himself presenting on a housetop and composed in the subtitle, "How could I believe someone should be at the spots? I understand what TF happens at these things. Please." My favorite presumably in the house making herself some tea, and God realizes that dating profile life ain't for me. Like what might my profile even be, and how could I give Ryan bars with the expectation of complimentary? Fans were at first confounded by the enigmatic post and they accepted Drake was dropping bars from a forthcoming tune anyway. The people who saw Olivia's post immediately come to an obvious conclusion and blamed Drake for sending subconscious shots at Olivia. Twitter account Got That Scoop shared up screen capture of Drake's post composed, "Drake, are you?" apparently answering and subbing Olivia's tune from her post from 2 days prior. And when fans drew this out into the open and cautioned her that Drake's post was aimed at her, Olivia shared another story guaranteeing that Drake is an egotistical maniac. Olivia additionally conceded she ought to have never engaged with Drake in any case and called him the most terrible man on earth. "I'm managing an insured egomaniac, sociopathic, lethal, gay, insane person. Be cautious what you wish for. Recollect before this, assuming you followed me, I was all similar to I need to mess around with the most obviously awful sort of man. Now you definitely realize that Drake's fans are going after Olivia and calling her psycho anyway. Olivia isn't without her allies, and many individuals took to web-based entertainment to shield her, and they're saying it's interesting how each time somebody attempts to uncover the clouded side of media outlets they're marked as insane. One fan remarked, "You all discussing she's having an episode, yet I read someplace that her beverage was spiked, and afterward Kanye uncover his controller taking steps to keep him so sedated that play dates wouldn't be the equivalent. You all put an excessive trust in these VIPs, yet they're human and strong. People are wiped out each time someone stands in opposition to the mischievousness of this world. You all call them insane." Someone else composed, "Kanye wasn't insane when he stood up, nor is this young lady yet. How would all of you feel about this thing? Do you think Olivia is coming clean about Drake in the Illuminati? Let us in on in the remarks and ensure you don't pass up this next story."